Three things you can count on in life: taxes, debt, and not to fuck with me when it comes to my family, especially the third one. Because in this life, you have to protect what's valuable to you, and it doesn't mean money. It doesn't mean diamonds and gold and jewelry. What's close to your heart is what you have to protect, whether it's children, whether it's your spouse or mate. That's the important things. And when somebody soils their name or reputation, you never forget that. You just stay quiet about it for a while until you find out exactly who they are, if they're hiding in the dark, if they're cowards. So you find out who they are, and you're going to be at the advantage this time. As to what you do about it, I guess it's going to be in the heat of the moment. But there's nothing wrong with my memory in regards to those that have tried or threatened harm to me or my family, or have said very unnecessary things about me or my family or my girlfriend's children. No, those things I don't forget, and I never will. I remember every word, every detail. It's one thing that you don't do. You want attention? Okay, we get it. You want to be accepted by a community, even if it's a negative community? Well, again, and I repeat myself a lot, sometimes I have to, is that negative attention is still attention. Because if you can't get positive attention, you're going to do everything you can. So you'll get negative. You want to be heard. Let's talk about him. Let's call Frank a hater, and John Blaze is very famous for that, calling me a hater. Well, first of all, we know he's a scumbag, and he's lied about just about everything about his life, so we can't believe him in any matter. I really don't like that guy, let me tell you. I don't like him at all, but he'll never come face to face to me, no matter what age I'm at. I'll guarantee you that. And karma is already hitting him, he just doesn't know it yet. When he gets his woman over there in the United States, I told him, I give you 6 months and she'll be back in the Philippines. Yep. What are you trying to say cryptically here? How big is... Okay, I don't know, man. If I can't understand you. Everything resides in the mind. Well, to a certain degree, I guess you're right. But never let people step on you. Never. Because if you allow people to step on you once, you allow them to step on you twice and 3 times. And sometimes there are things you have to fight for. Maybe you don't want to get involved. Maybe you're just not a confrontational type of person. But I think there are some things that happen in life that you actually do have to address. And that it's really actually very important to address. Because you never forgive yourself down the line. You think I forgot anything that anybody's ever said about my girlfriend? No matter who they were? You think I forgot the captions, the edited captions showing her as a whore in some bar with a guy with their little editing equipment? You think I forget that shit? Think again. I don't. And truthfully, if I get the opportunity to know who they are and where they are, they just might have a visit from me someday. You just never know. You just never know. May not be from me, maybe from somebody else. But if you think that I forget this shit, then I will tell you that you're very wrong. I don't forget any of that shit, and I never will. Nope, that ain't gonna happen. I guarantee you that. Because I find that there's no reason to do some of the things they do. When they get desperate and they call you every name in the book and they can't think of anything else to try to hurt your feelings. They go for your family. Oh, that'll get him. Yeah, get personal with him. Talk about his family. Let's pull his chain. Let's see how he reacts. Yeah, well, how are you going to react when somebody comes up to you and beats the shit out of you? Or your ass is sitting in fucking jail. Sorry about that, but nature called. I had to take a piss break, if you don't mind. Thank you very much. Rather than doing like some people and piss on camera, have a little class. But a lot of the things I talk about in here are based on my experiences. A lot of things I talk about are based on the truth. And the older you get, the wiser you get. There's truth to that. That's not a myth. Nothing like that. You get wiser, you learn. And that's why you get the better women. And you wind up with a better woman because, well, you've been down that path and didn't work. You made mistakes. It was just finding the wrong woman. As one example, having to do with maybe a woman, a relationship. Whose fault is it really? Your bad choice, or it's just something that she did, or what she's all about? What is really the case? I don't know. Because I don't know your individual situation. I could only go by my own experience, and I can tell you, I have made mistakes, and there are times I have met the wrong women. Go ahead. How many times you gotta go out a day? 25? Come on, go ahead. My goodness. Come on, we need more showers. We had a temporary little shower going, but it stopped. Okay, I gotta try to read. I didn't know we had 23 people in here. Imagine that, huh? 23. Look, I'm not advocating violence. I'll tell you right off the bat. I'm just saying do what you need to do to remedy a situation that don't stop. Keep your memory strong. Go by your own personal convictions of what you think is right or wrong and how it affects you and or your family. We've had many talks like this on my show because it's an ongoing thing. It's not just something that's happening with me. It's happening with a lot of people. Some people just whimper away and they run off YouTube with their tail between their legs. I've never done that. I'm right here, right now. People do shows about me, and again, there's a shitload of redundancy that goes on my channel when I make my little speeches. But I do it for a purpose, because I like reminding myself all the time of my experiences on YouTube. You wouldn't understand it, but it's important to me. I want to remember every bad thing they said, and I want to know more about the people who have said it. Maybe that's why I like Charles Bronson, the whole ideology of that movie. Yeah, I really do take to the Charles Bronson movies. Death Wish, good movie. It's always nice when you seek that revenge with somebody. But like I said, living well is the best revenge. But there are times that you say, okay, that's just not good enough. There's times you want to see somebody eye to eye. And I've met several people and I was eye to eye with them. And if they had a beef with me, I was right there. Bigger than me or not, I stood up to them. You saw that with Ricky and other people. Maybe it's a little bit foolish at times because I'm not exactly a 30-year-old man, 25-year-old man, but I got balls. So they knock me out, cause harm to me. But unless they kill me, I'm going to get up again. And for the rest of their life, they're going to have me. I'm going to be the monkey on their back. That's how it works. You would literally have to kill me. But seriously, if things went that far with somebody, they wanted to cause physical harm to me, and I got people I'm taking care of here that need me as much as I need them. I look at my age and I say, what have I got to lose? Nothing. My dignity, perhaps? Nobody wants to lose their self-respect. They don't want to lose no dignity. I'm at the age where I don't give a fuck. I really don't. That's why I don't show any fear with people. No matter how big they are to me or how much younger they are to me. That's why, or who I am, I just will not let that be a determining factor of something that would cause fear in me. Pardon me. Because I don't give a shit. I really don't. No, I don't want no harm to come to me, but at the same time, I'm not going to let people trample all over me. If I know who you are and where you are, and I felt that you really wronged me or my family, I'm not going to forget about it. Because you have no idea what I'm capable of. I may not even realize what I'm capable of at times, but I proved to myself how many times what I can do when I put my mind to it. And I accomplished something over 11 months ago that nobody could accomplish in our community. Because I believed in the cause, I believed it was righteous to do, and I did it. Cost me time, cost me money, but that never stood in the way of my goal. And it never will. To this day, it never will. Now, where's my charger? Okay, I gotta find my charger. I'll just go on for another few minutes or so. Just kind of winding down for the night. And the truth is, I have nothing really to prove to myself. Not really. But I'm one of these stubborn bastards. Really stubborn bastards. I am. I know I am. That's just part of who I am. I'm not going to let somebody trample over me and my family. That's just not going to happen. And I made sure. And somebody's sitting in a fucking jail cell as we speak. As proof. As proof. Where is my charger? I'll take so much and then I'll say, okay, that's quite enough. You made your point, but you didn't stop. And, well, I don't think I can just kind of let that go. That's how I work. When I put my mind to something, I get the job done, whatever it might be. Whether it's moving somewhere, an endeavor of mine. I don't talk about it. I do it. And I've surprised a lot of people in my life. Okay, good night, girls. Good night. My dogs. Say good night to my dogs. I'm not a mean person, but I say what I mean. I'm not a mean person, but it's not my preference, really. Okay, hold on a minute. I'm gonna wind down here a little bit. Turn down the lights. Air conditioner on. Ouch, yes. And of course my treadmill was in the way, and that's all I needed was another fall. Now I hit my toe this time. Okay. Right. Watch it, boy. Damn, you're gonna kill yourself. Oh, no wonder it's so cold. The damn vent on the air conditioner is angled so goddamn low. Don't want that. Okay, let's fix this. Oh, I know, the electricity went off, and then, yeah, I see what happened to reset it. So, come on, up again. Okay, that's good. All right, so my point is, you don't have to be a mean bastard to make your point. You just take certain actions and you just get it over with. You got a problem, solve your problem, resolve it. Any way that really works for you. But you do it the smart way. One of the smart ways is you don't tell people, trolls, how much you know about them. You could throw a few hints to kind of pull their chain a little bit. But you keep that information to yourself in your back pocket. So one day you can actually utilize it if you need to. You kind of need that ace in the pocket. And surprise! Show up at their door. Just tell them right off. So you got a problem with me? I'm right here at your doorstep. What are you going to do? Talk is cheap. Come on, I'm right there. I'm an old dude. You gonna be afraid of me? I got the balls to do that. I've done it. I did it in the store with Ricky. I've done it. That shit don't bother me. If something's going to happen, it's going to happen. I have no control of that. But I'll walk right up to you and say, here I am. You got a problem with me? Let's resolve it. How do you want to resolve it? Will I wind up on the ground all bloodied? Maybe. But I'll make a guarantee that the other party's not going to be unscathed. It's just showing up and facing somebody. I think that's enough right there. Turn their heads, that's for sure. In disbelief. If somebody got the balls at his age against a much bigger, younger man. I respect people for that. I really do. But you're not thinking about the danger. You're thinking about how your family was disrespected. The people who've died in your life, your friends, your family, whatever, your mother, your father, your sister, your brother, you remember everything they say. So one day you get this opportunity. It may be accidentally meeting. It might be purposeful. Here I am. I'm in front of you. What are you going to do now? Give me what you got. Give me both barrels. Let's have it out. Say what's on your mind. Tell me what your problem is with me. Resolve the problem. How do you want to resolve it? You want to talk? You want to hit me? Do whatever you're going to do. I'm like that. I've done stupid things that could have gotten me into big trouble physically with people before. I'm like the fucking Joe Pesci. Small guy, but he was a mean motherfucker when he wanted to be. I'm not as small as Joe Pesci, but I'm just making a little comparison. That size don't necessarily mean shit. You either got the attitude or you don't. You either have it in you or you don't. But facing up to a bully is probably one of the greatest things in the world you could ever do. You could avoid that shit, yeah. But if you remember in all these school time stories, the success stories with the bullies, for example, you've seen a lot of movies, probably seen it in a lot of movies where his kid was being bullied all the time. And the other bully thought he didn't think the other kid had it in him until the kid stood up to the bully, punched him in the fucking face, and that bully never bothered him again. He thought he could kick this guy around, embarrass him on the schoolyard or in the class. But when that kid stood up to the bully, people respected him. They had a whole different level of respect. That's how you got to play things out in life. If you don't take a chance, you're not going to get anywhere. Face your problems, face your bullies, face to face. Make it clear, I don't like you. And this is why I don't like you. And I'm going to ask you a question. How can I make your day or make my day? I'm standing in front of you. Your move. What do you want to do about it? You want to get hurt? You want to wind up in jail? You want to be thrown out of the country? What's your choice? Choose your poison. What do you want to do? Yes, I have gotten into situations like that. Yes, I have. In my lifetime anyway. Stand up to your enemy. Stand up loud and proud. Give them the opportunity they've been talking about. And see if they take that opportunity. Or are they going to just stand there and be freaked out the fact that you stood up to them? They'll respect you a hell of a lot more, I'll tell you that. The truth is, nobody really wants to get into a confrontation with anybody. I think that applies to most people on here. They'd rather run their mouths. Because the real truth is that in a real life situation, you know, and say you know who they are, you've seen them on camera, you know where they live. They're too vulnerable, and they know it. They don't want to take that chance. They know where I live, they know who I am, they have pictures of me, screenshots, whatever. They don't want to take that chance. So they'll continue to run their mouth on their show, especially if they never come on camera. And they're always hiding because they're a coward. Talk behind your back, to do a lot of shit behind your back, to go on Discord and talk about you on other platforms. But they don't want to face you. Even the ones that don't live in town and they come here to visit now and then, they don't come over and they don't face you. Why is that? You've been tossing these fucking turd balls out at me for years. You get an opportunity to meet me. And what do? Nothing. And he won't do anything. Because you know what'll happen to you. It'll go in any direction. You just never know. You don't know what somebody's capable of doing to protect themselves. You don't know if the law is going to catch up with you as a result of your actions or threats or even physical or verbal. You don't know until it happens. But then you're going to live in a world of regret. I know somebody right now is living in a world of regret. Because I wasn't afraid to face this situation. I wasn't afraid to take action. I didn't care about the money. I didn't care about the time, the effort, the stress. But when I set focus on somebody, I am concentrated on them. They're in my sights all the time. I learn a lot about them. I learn about their weak points. I listen carefully. I get an idea of their life and lifestyle. I get an idea what their health is like, their weak points with their health. Oh, you bet I do. I'm something of a profiler. The more I know about my enemy, the more advantageous it is for me. Okay, with that being said, I gotta wind down here. So I think when you got this run-it-of-the-mouth disease, you're going to succumb to that disease sooner or later, as some people have found out or will find out. Don't underestimate your so-called enemy. Never. I don't. I don't underestimate anybody. I'm aware of my surroundings, my environment. I know what I'm capable of and what I'm not capable of. I'm real with myself. You have to start being real with yourself. Knowing what you can do, or can't do, or won't do. Examine yourself first, then you make your analysis of somebody else. Examine all their weak points. And I'm talking about physiologically, mentally, and so forth. Their vulnerability. Find their vulnerability. Then you got it made in shade. Know your adversary. You have to take notes, you take notes. And once you've managed to go over that line in the sand with me, you'll make an enemy for life. That's just the way it is with me. I'll draw that imaginary line. You go over that line. You made a big mistake, but you'll find out later on why. I could be forgiving if it's qualified, but there's some circumstances I cannot and will not show compassion to somebody who has gone way over that line. Continue to do things over and over again, despite your request to can it, stop it, be done with it, and they just continue on doing the same thing over and over again. One way or the other, somebody catches up with you in life. That's the way it is. You meet them on the street accidentally, in a mall, somewhere. You might just run into somebody that you just don't like. So what do? Hide? You see them there, you walk up to them. Hey, you seem to have a problem with me. Let's resolve this right here. Got two fists? Hit me. I'll let you take the first shot. See what happens from there. See what happens. That's your day of regret. Because once somebody strikes me, I'm going to be the monkey on their back for the rest of their goddamn life. You got to ask yourself, is it worth it? It's only for you to decide. Do you have a specific target? I'll never say. It's what they don't know that hurts. But as I said, when it comes to shit like this, labeling me as something I'm not, or downing my family? I don't know. Call me Jack Nicholson. Call me whatever you want to call me. Call me Jason. But don't fuck with my family. Look, I got nothing to lose. I'm getting up there in age. I don't give a fuck. If I wind up in a hospital, bed or worse, well, if it means I was defending the honor of the people I love, it was all worth it. It's not my physicality you have to worry about. No, not that at all. But you don't want me as an enemy. You know why? I'll tell you why. Because I could be relentless. Then you're going to have to ask yourself, was it worth it? Downing my dead families of my members of my family or things like that. Or personal things you said or done about me. You'll find yourself asking the question, was it worth it for me? And I think you know what that answer is going to be to yourself and say, no, it wasn't worth it. Because now I got this guy on my ass for eternity. I can't shake him off. It's like a bad dream I can't get rid of. I could be somebody's worst nightmare if I choose to be. I'm a nice guy. Until you overstep your bounds with me. Then you're dealing with somebody completely different. That's all I'm going to say. Yeah, talk is cheap. I don't just talk. What's tough? Tell me what is tough. What's tough? Muscles? Tattoos? What's tough to you? Age? What's tough to you, slimeball? I'll show you what tough is. You got me as a monkey on your fucking back for the rest of your life. I'll show you what tough is. You all have a good night.